But what was the most difficult course you took as a CS student, and why was it so difficult? And Jeff, we'll go ahead and start with you this time.
Well, if we can deviate outside of CS, it would be DiffyQs. Calculus, no problem. I love pre-cal, cal, no problem. DiffyQs, that was like my kryptonite. So there was something that happened in that I just could not freaking keep up with it. So thankfully, it was the very last math class you have to take for the major. So then I was like, okay, I'm not going to be driven out of this major, but I can remember to this day the experience of the last final, of taking that final and knowing, like, with every question, it's like, this is the last time I have question 1. This is the last time I have question 2. And walking across the drill field when I was done saying, I have survived DiffyQs. I'm never going to use it. There's nothing in my field where I ever come remotely close to it. And it was just left in the drill field and off I went in peace.
So you felt a weight lifted off of your shoulder.
Oh my God, unbelievable.
Funny.
So Jay, different experience as a grad student. What was the most difficult course that you had to take?
For me, it was operating system hands down. So the interesting story was that I took operating systems, and in 2 weeks after I selected the course, I was basically took on the TA for the undergrad operating systems course as well. So in the morning, I would be like helping out the students for their assignments, and the evening I would be in the same lab doing the assignments for my grad school courses. So it was like felt like I was taking 2 operating systems courses at the same time. So that's the kind of feeling I got. But similar to what Jeff mentioned, right? Like, I was just waiting for the time when I'll be like done with my finals and then done with my project work. The project work carried something like 40% of your total marks or something like that. So it was like basically could be a do or die for you. So I was like, the last day I did my project, presented it, and then like I was like, okay, I'm done with this course. But it was like a very, very, very good learning experience overall to go through that phase. So that's my most difficult one.
Like, you woke up with that class and you went to bed with that class between being a TA and the grad student aspect. Geez. All right, Chris, how about you?
So I'm gonna go with not so much difficult, but when looking back on it, I will say this is definitely was trying for me. And I'm going to go in the direction a little bit with Jeff and go in the math world. We were in the time of trimesters. And so calculus was 5 hours, 5-hour calc in the week. And I unfortunately had 5-hour calc at 8 o'clock in the morning in the winter.
Ooh.
Yes. And it was like slugging through the entire trimester. I couldn't get excited for it. I worked really hard at it. The teacher, right at the dot of 8 o'clock, he'd lock the door and you couldn't be allowed in. There was just so much angst and anxiety. And I was like, Jeff, I don't care if I get a C or a D in this class. I need to check hit the box and just move forward. For sure.
And was your dorm at the other corner of campus?
I was in
morning?
AJ to McBride. Are you kidding me with this?
In the winter.
In the winter.
Okay. Steve, how about you?
Well, I'm going to take a shot at the math department as well. And I can still remember the teacher, but I'm not going to give you his name. And
come on, say it. I want to know.
But he was one of those distinguished professors, and it was a calculus class, and it was an honors calc, and he was determined to make the class so hard that the future, Mr. Math of the universe would get a good grade, and the rest of us, if our grades were above 60, it was good. Okay. And he wanted that student to stand out, and literally we had one. And he stood out, and the rest of us are getting 40s and 50s where we've never seen that grade before. And frankly, we didn't care that he graded on a curve and pulled the rest of us up. There's nothing more discouraging than knowing you don't know that stuff. And he made it clear.
Did
So,
he call
yeah.
you guys to the board to work problems? Because we may be talking about the same person.
Maybe, and we're not going to share his name. Well, I'm not.
I absolutely not, N-O.
Well, I suspect, given how far back it was for me, he's probably not around, so I think I'm safe.